Ukraine has recaptured 6,000 square kilometres of occupied land in recent weeks thanks to a powerful counter-offensive. But liberated towns look anything but. Residents are living in squalor without food, water or electricity and left only with haunting memories and trauma from their time under Russian rule. Europe correspondent Lisette Raymer reports from the tortured town of Izyum.
So we are about 50 kilometres from the front line now.
All around are the signs it was once here. The deadly tug of war for this land is over for now, but the threat is still so near. The checkpoints are manned by soldiers who expect the worst from visitors. The worst was all they knew for 7 months. The way to a liberated town is lined with danger and destruction. Bridges everywhere are blown up, so you take makeshift ones instead, and you always stick to the road. When houses with 4 walls become the odd ones out, you know you've arrived in Izyum. The Russians arrived in March.
What happened at the start?
As Anatoly remembers their 6 months in hiding, his wife looks away. But Larissa can't hold back her tears for long, and her story follows soon after. It's tough to listen to even when you don't recognise the words. And language doesn't make it any easier to comprehend. The Russians tried to take her brother's car, but he fought back, she tells us. He was taken, interrogated and beaten for 3 days, and then they hanged him. The soldiers visited their house too, putting a gun to their heads until they handed over anything of value.
How are you feeling now?
Like she is going to have a heart attack, she cries. Smiles in this town stand out, beaming off the faces of those who somehow retained their innocence. He charmed the soldiers, his mother tells us. They gave him chocolate as she stood back scared for their lives. More than 400 people were found in a mass grave in this town, and every being that survived is now living on guard.
There are reports Russians were operating torture chambers in Izyum. Locals say they were traumatised for 6 months. Then one day they woke up and all of the Russian soldiers were gone.
The flags of victory fly high, although winners are hard to find. Cut off from the world under Russian control, even freedom is proving costly.
Well, you can see how people are living here now with no gas, no power, no electricity. This family has some potatoes on the fire, but obviously food is so hard to come by at the moment.
Locals wait in the town square, surrounded by battle scars and bad memories, hoping help will make it to them today. And when it does, they run. Desperate for food, they line up under a building most would likely run away from. They grab as much as they can carry. The people of Izyum cling to anything good, however small.
Good morning.
In the hope that tomorrow morning will be truly good, like the ones they used to know.
Lisette joins us now live from Ukraine. And Lisette, you've got some breaking news there.
Yes, there have been 3 explosions in the capital of Kiev this morning, at least one of those hitting a residential building in the central district. The mayor is urging and warning everyone to stay in their shelters as the air raids continue to sound across the city and rescuers rush to the site. The early indications are that these attacks have been caused once again by kamikaze drones. It comes just a week after Putin unleashed a barrage of attacks across the entire of the country, and just days after he said he saw no need for any further major attacks.
Lisette Raymer there reporting for us live from Ukraine. Thanks so much.